It's on now. Oh, he's just giving thumbs up to these. Facing the rising sun, are you there? Let us march on to victory.
Graduate, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Live a life of constant reflection. This will allow you to have serious thought and consideration for what you have done. It lends itself to figuring out adjustments, rationalizing your actions, and making improvements. Olympic champion Michael Phelps said, "There will be obstacles, there will be doubters, there will be mistakes, but with hard work, there will be no limits." In recognition of today's accomplishments, we must show honor to those who have been by your side, helped and supported you along the way. Your mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, godparents, family to this point. Seniors, please stand and show appreciation to your family members for their love and support. Thank you. All right. Seniors, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, among this class, we have superstars. Let me take a few minutes to discuss some of them with you today. Seniors, if I call your name, please stand. Nabila Chowdhury, Harvard University. Morgan Henderson, Howard University. Kennedy Smith, the University of Michigan. Amaya Taylor, Coppin State University. Christopher M. Williams, the University of Michigan. Cy James Scott, the University of Michigan. Gray Brooks, Boston University. Rochelle Paris, the University of Michigan. Taryn Dewberry, Brown University. and Alana Taylor, Howard University. These students represent our top 10 academic scholars. These very students have won the pursuit of academic excellence with the expectation that the next 4 years will be the same. Congratulations and best wishes to your future endeavors. Did someone say, "Show me the money"? Students, when I call your name, please stand. Ariasha Robertson, Erica Short, Jasmine Ewing, Lydia Scott, Connor Perrin, Jordan Jones, Rochelle Paris, Micah Pinkney, Morgan Henderson, and Kennedy Smith. These 10 students represent our top 10 scholarship recipients hold on and wait for this, and have earned nearly $8 million in scholarships. Best of luck to you all in your future endeavors. We also have students who will be continuing their athletic prowess and committed to attending the best programs in football, girls basketball, and track and field. Students, when I call your name, please stand for recognition. Muhammad Jameh, Northern Illinois. Jaden Wilson, Northern Illinois. Jordan Harris, Siena Heights. Kennedy Coles, Wayne State University. Remain standing, students, I'm not done. Don't be shy. Shannon Wheeler, Dayton University. Kylie Davis, Northern Kentucky University. Micaiah Finley, Wagner College. And Nika Dorsey, Bradley University. These students will continue on in their athletic careers at the college and universities that I just named, and I want to wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Now I'm going to take just a moment of privilege and ask for my girls' varsity basketball team to please stand. These young ladies, along with their vibrant coach, Shane Lawal, have played some outstanding basketball over the last 4 years. And although this year we came up short at that very last game, I have to tell you that to me, you all are champions. I love you all, and I will truly, truly miss you. Thank you. Esports is a form of competition that is facilitated by electronic systems, particularly video games. 3 seniors were a part of our inaugural esports season this year. These players helped build a culture of teamwork and personal drive that I know underclassmen will carry into next fall. This team, led by Ms. Davis, were part of a small but strong foundation that we hope helps establish a formidable esports team in the future. Ryan Anderson, Orlando Flownery, and Devin Powell. Thank you, gentlemen, for leading the way into the future of digital sports at Renaissance High School. Thank you. This This year was our very first inaugural year of our Japanese Honor Society. Althea Caroline Anoamele, please stand. She was the first senior inducted into the Renaissance High School Japanese Honor Society. To be admitted, students must study for at least 2 years, have an overall GPA of at least a 3.0, and maintain a 3.5 in all of their Japanese classes. Congratulations, Althea. Each year, I award students with a scholarship to purchase books and supplies. This year, I will give out 4 $250. 2021 has earned nearly $35 million in scholarships this year. There is no doubt in my mind that we are sitting
for the high schools, Mr. Dr. Lawrence Rudolph. You could give him a hand too. So I'm real participatory. I don't have long, but I wanted to say to the amazing class of 261 graduates, on behalf of the Board of Education and our superintendent, Dr. Vitti, and our president, Angelique Peterson Mayberry, we cherish you and we're proud of you. Graduation season came upon us, even though some postponed and canceled because of you know what. But this is still a major milestone for you. And so I had to come. This is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. As you look back over your life, I would like for you to think about how far you've come. I would ask that you hear some of the things I'm going to say and then I'll be out of your way because you're getting ready to make a major move. I would like for you to be bold and courageous. Just be your best in whatever you do. There is no script. People can't write it out for you. It's going to be up to you. Wherever you go, go with all of your heart. Not a small amount of your heart, but all of your heart. If you have fear, get in front of the fear because you're in charge, not the fear. This is probably old school, but it worked for me. Keep a thesaurus at all times and also have your electronic device. Always keep an interview outfit because DPS has jobs right now if you wanted to work for the summer. Keep your faith, your personality, because if you don't have personality, I'm here to tell you, you're going nowhere. So get your personality together. It's going to determine your altitude, how far you go, how far you'll fly. Now, condiments, that's something that helps your food taste well. So failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. I'm going to say that. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. We know that we are somebody. We know what we are. But know that you must remember this in order to make the next step. And that is, and I'm about to leave, but I'm so happy to have been able to talk to you. A quitter. And this is for all my family members that might be out there, and I got some out there. And for folk that's from the South. A quitter never wins. And a winner never quits. God bless you.
our great administrators, esteemed teachers, loving parents, friends, and beloved pets on the live stream, a pleasant morning to you. My name is Nabila Chowdhury. I am one of the valedictorians, and it is a great honor to speak before you today on behalf of the illustrious class of 2021. There's a warm glow in my heart, recognizing faces in the crowd I'd sit next to in class, walk by in the hallways, and eventually see on Microsoft Teams. I know these last 4 years have been difficult, especially 2020, but I hope all of you and your loved ones can use today to celebrate all of your successes and achievements. Our class is graduating amidst social unrest, a global pandemic, and the death of Iron Man. But these enormous challenges have given rise to many opportunities in the infancy of our adulthoods. We had more time to strengthen our relationships with our loved ones. We had a break from rigorous studying to finally self-reflect and grow. And most importantly, we realized the importance of our educators during virtual learning. Thank you to all our teachers for continuing to connect with your students through Zoom. Thank you for keeping your camera on and teaching even though you were faced with muted students and lettered icons. Thank you for graciously grading assignments and being lenient, more than some of you have ever been in your entire careers. And grading a lot of late work. I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for your acts of kindness. Thank you to all the parents for providing us with your unconditional love and support for the last 17 and 18 years. For the prayers before big deadlines and exams, the snacks in between study breaks, and all the money you spent on style changes because of TikTok. Amma and Baba, I love you. Thank you. I truly believe someone in the crowd today is holding the next billion-dollar idea in their mind.
Could not have done any of this without you. To my friends, thank you for always being there for me and making my high school experience one to remember. To all of the members of Class of 2021, I am proud of every single one of you. I am so excited to see what the future has in store for all of us. Remember that your path is your own, and only you know what you want. Strive for excellence in everything that you do. Thank you.
Hello. Okay, so basically I'll just be talking about Denaya because, that was my best friend. Denaya Woolfolk is my best friend. We met in elementary school, and together we planned our whole lives. We wanted to come to Renaissance High School and then go to Howard University. Naya wanted to be in the medical field, and I had no clue what I wanted to do. That was how our friendship worked. I was always confused, and she always knew exactly what to do. I've never had a friend that was as encouraging and motivating as Denaya was. If you would have asked us what we were to each other, we wouldn't immediately say best friends. Instead, we would say, she's my other half, the yin to my yang. Anybody who met Naya knew she was a ray of sunshine that couldn't be dimmed down. Naya was the life of the party wherever she went. She loved her friends and her family, and everyone was extremely lucky to have her in their lives. To my best friend, my sister, and my other half, I miss you. We all miss you. The class of 21 is celebrating with you today, and like you used to say, we're here for a good time, not a long one.
May I ask Ms. Woolfolk and her family members to please join me on stage? On behalf of the class of 2021, we present you with the shadow box that includes her cap and gown and diploma, tassel, and all the gifts that the seniors received this year. And it is my privilege to award your family with this posthumous diploma. Thank you so much.
Good morning to friends, family, staff, and the class of 2021. My name is Kennedy Smith, and I am one of the valedictorians for Renaissance's class of 2021. It is an honor to be here with you today. I would first like to start off by extending a thank you to my family. Without you, I could not have made it here, and I cannot express how grateful I am for everything that you have done for me. In the words of motivational speaker Dennis Waitley, life is inherently risky. There is one big risk you should avoid at all costs, and that is the risk of doing nothing. In 2019, the robotics team and I, we took a significant risk. Between matches, during our Detroit competition, we engineered and built an entire climbing mechanism that proved valuable to our team. Not only did we win the Detroit competition, but we also became the only Detroit public school to qualify for 2 district competitions, the state competition, and the worldwide championship. From that, I learned that acceptable levels of risk can be transformed into success if you have the proper structure, people, processes, and tools. So I challenge the class of 2021 to make measurable risk. As long as you have the proper factors in place, you will be successful in achieving your goals. Again, congratulations, class of 2021.
Good morning. My name is Amaya Taylor, and I am one of the valedictorians for the class of 2021. It is my pleasure to welcome students, families, and faculty to the class of 2021 commencement ceremony. Congratulations to all of my peers because we made it. I am proud to be a part of such a high-achieving class. I'm sure we can all recall those countless sleepless nights working on 3,000-word essays, Mr. Smith's stock project, and Mr. Charles' group work assignments. Even when the pandemic happened, cutting our junior year short and making our senior year virtual, we still persevered to see graduation day, a day I can say I've dreamed about since our high school journey commenced. But our tenacity does not stop here. As Lao Tzu once said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We've taken that first step, but we must continue on in our. No matter which route you take, I believe we all have the strength within us to keep moving forward, to become the successful young professionals we are destined to be. I'm excited to see what the future brings for all of us, and again, congratulations.
How's everyone doing? Christopher Michael Williams. I'm also a valedictorian for the class of 2021. My fault. All right. Good morning and welcome to all of our guests, teachers, administrators, staff, and parents of the Mighty Phoenix. I'm honored and humbled to speak on behalf of the class of 2021. Over the last 4 years, I've learned that it's not just about making sure that we graduate. It's also about preparing for the rest of our lives. Graduation is a stepping stone toward our future, a future that only we can grasp for ourselves. We have all worked hard to complete our final artwork. We have enjoyed little free time, endured multiple all-nighters, waking up early for the team, and making ends meet with both a job and school. For some, coffee got us through. For others, Quizle is by our side. Nonetheless, we, the Renaissance class of 21, have made it, and no one can say otherwise. Life is like a blank canvas, where you have to create your ideal image. Mistakes will be made, but in the words of Dr. Bridges, nothing hurts a fail but a try. We have to reach up towards something we may not feel comfortable about or understand. Even if we fail, we must maintain the will to do better than our last attempt. It's not the final grade that gets us through, certainly not the test either. It's what we accomplished along the way, those individual brushstrokes toward our final piece. We have to become the hand of the artist and not the pencil. We cannot let our future be determined by someone else. Are you going to be the one that's drawn for you? I'm pretty sure of what I'm going to create. Make sure you take charge and draw your own future. Thank you.
Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist has dedicated his career to solving problems. An engineer by training, he used thoughtful innovation, progressive reform, to become the first African-American Lieutenant Governor of Michigan. Woo. From spearheading campaigns for equality and justice, to harnessing technology to solve real problems, his focus has consistently remained on serving the public and getting things done. As part of the Whitmer administration, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist has sought to address injustice and inequality across our state at every level. From co-chairing the Michigan Joint Task Force on Jail and Pretrial Incarceration to helming the Coronavirus Task Force on Racial Disparities, these task forces have taken action that saved lives and protected our most vulnerable populations. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist's approach to addressing these disparities is deeply rooted in fact-based practices, science, and connecting with individuals across Michigan. He and his wife, Ellen, now reside in Detroit, where they are raising their twins, Emily and Garland III, and daughter Ruby. I am honored to introduce to you Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist.
I'm a little taller than most of y'all. How you doing, Renaissance? I'm gonna tell you, Nabila, thank you so much. I'm so excited for everything y'all are gonna do. Not just for Detroit, not just for Michigan, but for the entire world. So, there ain't nothing like a black graduation. And there ain't nothing like celebrating it right here at the Aretha. You see, I was born up the street. I used to live right here at Lafayette McDougal. So I feel comfortable, and I think I need to be real with you for a minute. I think this is the best graduation ceremony that's gonna happen in the city. Now, I heard that somebody y'all might have heard of, somebody who might be the governor of Michigan, might be giving the commencement address at Cass. Now, I'm not gonna say this is not a competition, but I'm gonna tell you that we here at Renaissance together, we standing just a little bit taller than Big Gretch. And so, look, I know we got some hoopers in here. I used to be a hooper, and better stories about the insanity that was this year. And throughout these times, you had people who loved you so hard, prepared you, supported you in this moment. And that makes this celebration more sweet. Just like you, I wouldn't be standing here if there weren't people in my life who created a little bit of space for me. I was born on the west side, but how many of y'all are here from the east side? We know which side wins. You see, I lived right up the street, like I said, at the corner of Lafayette McDougal. And when I was 5, my my grandma Doris, who was a social studies teacher at Munger Middle School for 32 years, she bought me a computer. I don't know why she bought it. She saw a commercial. She thought her baby needed to have a computer. And so I became the first kid on my block on Wood Circle to have a computer. And I really appreciate a choice my parents made at that point. Because you see, they could have basically taken the thing from me. How many of y'all know sometimes when you get something good, the people in your house try to take it from you? So they could have said, oh, we can use this for work. We can do something we want to do with it. But I appreciate now as a parent of young children myself that they let that thing be mine. They enabled me to explore my creativity with it. Let me break it. Let me rebuild it. Let me change it. They made a choice to do that. Just like the people have made a choice to enable you. And they gave me the comfort and confidence to know that technology wasn't something that happened to me, but it was something I can control. Parents, I know you appreciate enabling your kids to make the right choice with what's in front of them. They did that for me. And that gift was more than the computer. That gift enabled me to ride the wave of emerging technology. It enabled me to get that first job at Weigel Rec Center building computers and teaching people how to use them when I was 16 years old. I built a computer lab. I showed a little girl the internet, and we figured out what it would take for all of us to pursue our dreams. And for me, it was an engineer. I got a world-class education at the best university anywhere that some of y'all are going to, called the University of Michigan. And after college, I started thinking about where I wanted to go, and I had to make a hard choice. You see, I wanted to be a software developer. Where my esports team at? See, I wanted to be a software developer. And I was sad because I didn't think I could do that here. I didn't think I could do it here. So I moved to the West Coast because I thought that's where I needed to be the professional that I wanted to be. I stayed there for a few years. Then I moved to Washington, D.C. to follow a black president to figure out if I could help people realize their political potential. But the whole time for those 9 years, I missed home. I felt guilty about leaving Detroit. So I came home with my wife and 2 babies to start that next chapter. Now my journey's unconventional, from engineering to community organizing to working in city government. But you know, I think back to my grandma Doris and the choice she made. She made that investment not because she knew how it would turn out, but because she knew it was the right thing to do. And I share that story with you because I want you to know something. I don't want any kid in Michigan, whether you're graduating from high school in Detroit or you just starting in elementary school, I don't want you to think that you can't be whoever you want to be right here. That is our responsibility to make that true. So Governor Whitmer and I, we're trying to do everything we can to make that possible, to make Michigan a state of possibilities. We know that when we invest in young people, we lay the foundation for the future. That's why our administration has made the largest investment in K-12 education year after year in the history of the state of Michigan. We work hard on education because we care deeply about setting up every child for success, whatever way that makes sense to them. It is an investment in bolstering our economy, our prosperity, and our people. We want to increase pathways because I don't know what all of you want to do, and y'all don't either. And that's okay. We want to invest in you having options and choices, and that all of them will actually pay you enough to live. We want you to call Michigan home. I can't help it if you fall in love with somebody from somewhere else and you move someplace else. I can't help that. But I can make sure that you see your career and your best self here in this state. And all of you are excited to be celebrating and I'm excited to celebrate with you. But I want to share a couple things with you before we leave. So I believe in my heart that Michigan is the best place in the world from which a person can change the world. All of you have a gift or a skill or something in your imagination that will allow you to inspire the imagination of somebody else. I'm going to do everything I can to help you do that. But you have a responsibility here too. If you have an idea and you don't put it into the world, that is the only way that you won't succeed. So try your new ideas. Let your imaginations fly. It might seem ridiculous or silly to even try to put it into the world, but you gotta try it out. Thomas Edison had a crazy idea called electricity. George Washington Carver thought of his best ideas here in Michigan that changed chemistry. Mark Zuckerberg had an idea about connecting the world and has created the biggest social media platform of all time. Jay-Z thought he had a better story to tell, and that man's a billionaire after telling that story, and he married Beyonce. That's pretty good. If you have an idea in the back of your mind, explore it. Do not hesitate. Do not be afraid to color outside the lines of every box that someone tries to place you in. As you move forward through the next chapter of these journeys, do not forget about the fact that no one can take that freedom away from you. Now look, Renaissance's mascot is the Phoenix. So y'all probably have heard a whole bunch of tired Phoenix metaphors for the whole time you've been associated with Renaissance. I promised myself I wasn't gonna do that. I did think about a couple of mornings ago though, if there was a way to talk about this without stealing Francois Benson's "Every Day is a Great Day to be a Phoenix" line. But I want to talk about like a different piece of the Phoenix saga. You see, the Phoenix story, to me, is actually not about death and resurrection and recreation. To me, it's not about that. That is not the most empowering or inspiring element of that story. The part that sticks with me is that the Phoenix made a choice to use its will to determine its destiny. The Phoenix decided to live on its own terms. It decided when it was time to get back up and move ahead toward whatever bright future was held in spite of a dark past. All of you, all of us must do the same. What matters more than what happened before is what will happen. That is the essence of self-determination. This posture, this mindset, this sensibility is what all of us must carry moving forward. For you as students, it might mean disagreeing with your family members about what the right career choice is for you. I mean, how do y'all think my mother reacted when I told her I was quitting my good job at Microsoft the week before I got married to go be a community organizer? She thought she had raised a fool, but I think it worked out. For all the parents and grandparents and family members, that means that I need you to trust the work that you have put in. Trust that it will bear fruit via the soon-to-be realized potential of the little ones that God entrusted you with. For all of us as Detroiters, it means that the only reason we can see the light ahead is because it is brighter than the past we leave behind. And that light is visible in the eyes, the hearts, and the minds of everyone who is here and the generations before us who made this city what it is and are inspired by what it can be. For everyone in the state of Michigan who is depending upon the success of this group of graduates, it means recognizing that it only takes one community left behind to leave our state behind and hold us back. We are connected through Dr. King's inescapable network of mutuality. But my Detroit is only as good as your Detroit. My Michigan is only as good as your Michigan. And my future is only as good as our future. So as a man and public servant, I'm committed, and I recommit today to building and investing in that future, one in which Black Detroiters will write their own story rather than being written about, where young people take control rather than be controlled. That is the only future that's gonna work, where we don't merely survive through poverty, but we break its chains and replace them with bridges. Rennie has prepared you for greatness. Even if you don't feel 100% ready, you have all that you need right now. This is our time. This is your time. So let's fly. I want to thank the faculty, the staff at Renaissance for inviting me to be part of this today. It has truly been an honor. This is the first high school commencement I've had the privilege of giving as your Lieutenant Governor. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Good luck. Keep standing tall for Michigan in all that you do, and know that I have your back 100%. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. God bless y'all.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist. And on behalf of the class of 2021, we'd like to show you appreciation and gratitude. Thank you for being our special guest of honor and serving as our commencement speaker.
Still persevere. You rose to the occasion and exceeded expectations. Even though this year wasn't like any other, you still understood what it means to be a Renaissance Phoenix, and you understand how you have been prepared for a time like this.
My experience at Renaissance High School has been very unique. I feel like a big turning point was in 10th grade. Shout out to Madam Safa. She showed me and guided me to study abroad in France, which also helped me not only learn a language, but figure out what I really wanted to do in life. Being a Liberian American, I wanted to always go back and help my community in Liberia and also developing countries. So through that, I wanted to eventually be an international ambassador, and having a second language and also wanting to learn a third language, hopefully Arabic, I feel like that would really help me through my journey, not only helping myself, but others too.
When I came to Renaissance, the first thing I thought of was, what can I do for the community? What can I give back, or how can I leave my mark on Renaissance? I came to Renaissance with the idea of not only to be the change that I want to see, but to actually leave a lasting mark on the Renaissance community. When I got into leadership positions such as being the president of NHS, being a class officer, and just being a service to my class, I learned the importance of giving back.
To be a Renaissance student, to be a Phoenix is tremendous. It's a tremendous feat, and it's not a goal that you can accomplish and obtain easily. And I learned that during my 9th grade year, first time getting here. I graduated 8th grade as valedictorian, best GPA. You know, I stayed on top of my grades. I stayed vigilant. It wasn't too much stress, too much pressure on me ever when it came to my academics. I got to Renaissance, 9th grade year. Everyone around me is valedictorians. Everyone around me has 4.0s plus some. And I started to be deterred by that. You know, that started to make me slack up a little bit and to just fall down because I was so used to being the best and getting all the accolades and getting all the compliments, and that was no longer me anymore. So I just couldn't endure it anymore. Got my first F ever on my report card, not an F student. Come to find out, I got an F not because I didn't know the material, not because I couldn't do the work, but because I wasn't applying myself enough. And I knew better than that. I'm a boxer. I've been boxing for a few years, and just going through my championship fights and just my competitions and sparring, I know what it means to have endurance and how important it is to go through it, even when you're in the slow pit of the fall. So when I got that F, I took the knowledge to my mind, and I started working off of that. I said, I can endure this. I know what this looks like. I know what training is. So what I did every night, I studied every night. I learned how to apply myself. I learned how to dive deeper into my thought process to make sure that I was giving my academic instructor exactly what they needed from me in class on a day-to-day basis. I made sure that I stayed on top of things. I stayed far in advance from the class to make sure that when the time comes for me to communicate, I was able to do that. To where I was able to stand 12 rounds in the ring for the whole duration of the classroom. Any debate we had, I was able to participate in it sufficiently and effectively to the point I could get my points across with no problem at all.
Coming from a small middle school, being one of the couple of valedictorians, and transitioning to such a successful and one of the top high schools in Detroit, Renaissance High School, was a little bit of an adaptation that I had to do myself. It was rough in the first couple of years. I still maintained a good GPA, but I was feeling like I was in a pool of people who are more successful, and I felt like I didn't know that I was successful myself. What made me continue to believe that I was successful was remembering what my parents taught me, and that realizing that even despite failures happening in my life, the way that I overcome those failures is more important than the failure itself. Overcoming those failures showed my true ambition and my will and my drive, which delivered me to be right here where I am right now.
You know, coming from middle school, I was the class valedictorian, and I just strive to be the same thing here and just be great. Coming from middle school with Mr. Renaissance, it definitely brought the family aspect to the school. And just like the other people in my classes with me, just my friends and teachers, it definitely created a family aspect within the school. You could definitely rely on your peers and your teachers. You can go to them for anything. I know Madam Safa was very included and with her students, just making it fun and just making it feel like home.
Started in 3rd grade. I lost my father when I was 8, and since then it's been really hard to keep everything together, but I ended up making it anyway. In the 8th grade, I was a valedictorian, and I said I would do it again. And here I am as valedictorian in high school. I'm a very goal-oriented person, and so when I set my mind to do something, I'm going to do it. This year has been very challenging due to the pandemic, but I've still stayed on top of everything, coming out of all of my classes with all A's. And I'm very proud of myself, and I thank God for it.
Being the class officer has really meant a lot to me. I'm currently the correspondence secretary, and I have been since the 10th grade. When I originally started, I was honestly really scared for the position. Coming out of middle school, I didn't really talk that much, and I knew, of course, communicate with the class, talk to parents, all that types of stuff. So coming in, I didn't really know in what direction I should go in, but I feel like over time, I definitely got a hang of it, and I've definitely become more committed when it came to my position. For example, sometimes it's late nights when I'm up making flyers or where I have to send out remind the parents. But overall, it was just a really nice experience having to communicate with my class and communicate with parents as well.
Renaissance played a major role in my development as far as my character, my outlook, and just my personality. Starting off, I wasn't as humble as I should have been, and I was naive about a lot of things that took place in society and in my community. And coming to Renaissance, I met a lot of people from different backgrounds that had a multitude of experiences, and it allowed me to see what truly makes a person, what truly defines a person. And even in myself, I experienced a lot of growth as far as dealing with tribulation and adversity and peer pressure. And it even allowed me to see my passions as far as music and mechanical engineering. I'm thankful for my teachers, especially Miss Wilson, who was there to counsel me in my hardest times, in my lack of motivation, in my thought process. And so the whole school, my peers, everyone has always encouraged me and just lifted me up. Even when I was down, even when the pressure came on me, I always had someone I could look to give me advice and tell me, Cy James, you can do it. Just trust in yourself, give it your best effort.
It was back in 10th grade in Mr. Smith's econ class where we had to do a lot of works on the stock project. And that's where I had to pull my first all-nighter. After that, it came from 24 to 48 to 72 hours. And that's where I had first to learn that you have to learn to sacrifice and compromise in order to reach certain goals and tasks that you need to achieve. And I kept that mentality going forward as far as other work. I became more proactive in the night, doing my work and being more productive compared to the day. So now I use that as sort of motivation to get things done beforehand or get things done in the middle of intermission between that in order to accomplish what I need to do.
I wouldn't say it's so much the school or Renaissance that shaped me. I guess it's the people that make up the school that shaped me the most. Specifically other students and teachers. I feel like before I came to Renaissance, I usually doubted my ability a lot. And I usually tried to limit myself just where I was comfortable. But Renaissance really pushed me forward, just by seeing other students really succeed and strive. And just having my teachers push me, especially one of my teachers, Mr. Charles, my world history teacher in junior year. Like at the beginning of his class, I absolutely like despised him just because it was like so hard to do, and he was pushing us, and he was like, holding us to a very high standard. But at the end of the day, like when we left, I felt bad that we were leaving because like he was my favorite. And sometimes you don't always like what you need, but like it's what you need, and it makes you a better person after. And I feel like that story really encompasses what Renaissance has been to me.
What I've learned at Renaissance High School is the importance of hard work. When you get here, it's a lot of things that you learn at once, and you have to learn how to schedule your time, balance your time, how to fit everything in one schedule so you can be the best student that you can be and the overall person that you could be. So I learned how to put the most effort that I can in everything that I do, and with that I learned how to express myself in different art forms here. So I'm in an organization called Cine, and with that I was able to express myself with different projects that I would do that would impact the student body. I also have been in dance all 4 years of Renaissance, and that's another thing that I was really passionate about that I plan on continuing in college.
Renaissance has taught me that the world needs visionaries. And as a Renaissance student, I learned that I'm a visionary myself. Throughout the 4 years here, I've learned that you can really do anything you put your mind to, anytime at the end of the day. Like, I became an entrepreneur in the midst of a pandemic. I would never thought in a million years I could ever do something like that. But Renaissance taught me that anything is possible.
So starting off freshman year, I was pretty timid. I didn't know exactly what direction I wanted to go into, but I knew I had an exact goal, and that goal was being the best leader. I started off in Senate my freshman year. Then my sophomore year, I ran for class president. Unfortunately, I lost, but my junior year, I came back, won class president, and now we're here. That's exactly why I'm doing this interview. So I just want to thank Renaissance. I want to thank my teachers, Mr. Lopez especially. These 6 years have been a journey. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank Mr. Johnson, even though I probably failed almost all of your pop quizzes, it was still a learning lesson. Thank you.
I first want to say thank you to every single teacher I've ever had at Renaissance, just because without your guys' collective effort, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing at all today. I remember being in certain classes after school or even during lunch and talking with certain teachers of not about classroom, but just like life in general and the lessons that I've learned, especially in Madam Safa's class and with Mr. Lopez. A lot of you guys I text you guys now, I have your numbers, and it's much easier because we're on Microsoft Teams, and I feel like we've had a really personal relationship, and I want to say thank you for all of the help even through this pandemic.
Hi everybody, my name is Alana Taylor. So I can definitely say one of the main things that helped me stay in high academic standing is the heavy workload since the start of my high school career. Very rigorous, very hard, but it helped prepare me and it helped me learn time management and how to stay on top of a lot of things. I can also say that with Renaissance being the #1 high school in Detroit, everyone there is very competitive. So that friendly competition really helped motivate me to stay on top of my work and try to be the best that I can be. I also think that the staff and the school spirit was one of the things that motivated me as well, especially during this pandemic and this senior year with only virtual learning. It was really hard. And it was hard to stay motivated, so with them always trying to be in the spirit and help keep us motivated, that was really something I could appreciate. So I just want to say thank you for that, and thank you to my teachers and the staff and my classmates and my parents, because y'all are one of the reasons I am where I am today.
The main thing about my Renaissance experience were the clubs, especially my robotics team. When I met them my freshman year, we bonded instantly, and with each competition, that bond grew more and more. But we don't just meet to talk about robotics. We're a family, and we do all types of events together. They have played a significant part in who I am today.
The vision is to preserve a premier high school designed to cultivate and facilitate the intellectual and social growth of lifelong learners who exceed academic expectations and experience success at the secondary level and beyond. Renaissance High School, class of 2021, continue to rise.
Check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Hi, my name is Dorian Lofton. I currently attend the best public high school in the city of Detroit. And I will be attending the best public university in the United States of America, the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Coming into high school, I had no direction but a goal. And that goal was to go into college with as minimum debt as possible. I almost got consumed into this quote unquote drive to be the best, to take as many AP classes, and be the leader to make myself and my family proud. But this all changed my sophomore year when I received a 5-day in-school suspension for simply making a light of a situation I thought true. In that process, I was villainized to the point where my mom thought Renaissance was not the best place for me and she wanted to take me out. But instead, I faced the adversities in front of me and I continued to strive. With the help of Senate, Ms. Wilkinson, and Mr. Lopez in my corner. That experience made me the strong person I am today. And that's exactly where this class stands now. If it wasn't for the challenges that we face, from grieving together, to facing political turmoil right in front of us, to being told that you will most likely not graduate from Renaissance with a diploma at our freshman orientation, yet each and every single one of us have done the opposite today. To our girls basketball team becoming state finalists, our track team being second in multiple events in the state during prom day? If there's any doubt that we are not the best class to ever step in 6565 West Outer Drive, if you cannot see the beacon of light radiating in front of your eyes, that is no longer ignorance. You must be blind. When leaders such as Taryn Dewberry push their fellow peers to go out and vote during a global pandemic, when innovators such as Bella Creighton, who pushed me to be a better president, my main girl, Michaela, who got us hyped every single pep rally, including prom, and to Rochelle Perez, who helped me through the most troubling school year I have ever faced. To the class of 2021, I urge you to not look at graduation as the finish line to the race, but the passing of the baton to something greater. I urge you to not aim to be the best, but be the best you. Because if you are the best you, then being the best would just be a footnote. Thank you, class of 2021, and farewell. But before I go, I just want to give our class sponsors, Ms. DeBose, Mr. Zachary, thank you so much. Ms. DeBose for stepping up and becoming our co-sponsor, to Mr. Zach being there since the beginning. Thank you so much.
precious Lord, linger near when my life is almost gone. Hear my cry, hear my call. Hold my hand, lest I fall. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home.
When my way grows dim, precious Lord, linger near. When my life
Paige Billingsley. Avriana Bland. Anthony Bogan. Taylor Booker. Tyra Boyer. Amari Bradley. Madison Bryant Carter. Chanel Buchanan. Jalen Burke. Nicholas Burns. Evan Butler. Brendan Cameron. Arion Carr. Robert Carr. Sherelle Carter. Brian Chambliss. Skylar Cheatham. Rakaya Clayton. Janaya Annalise Clowers. Amaya Cole. Diamond Coleman. Makayla Simone Collins. Latyra Compton. Christian Cook. Jerusalem Qassam. Amari Silver Council Cooper. Devin Covington. Kennedy Coles. Brian Cross II. Crystal Michaela Curry. Reginald Dancy. Jordan Daniels. Ariana Cachet Davis. Kaylin Davis. Kylie Annette Elizabeth Davis. Cameron Love Dawson. Damon DuBose. Leanna Delane. Kiwan Dent. Nika A. Dorsey. Shamar Dotson. Lisa Simone Douglas. Jocelyn Dozier. Jordan Devin Drake. Imani F. Drami. Jair Driscoll. Ariana Duckett. Amor Doucette. Angel Duffy. Kelvin Edwards. Khalees Eggleston. Alexis Everett. Najla Fields. Micaiah Ardeja Finley. Cameron O. Fisher. Orlando Joseph Lenori. Kendall C. Franklin. Elysia Gaines. Paul Gardner. Amber Gates. Jaylon Gibbs. Nathan Guilford. Julius Godbot. Andre Gooch. Erica Gordon. Jaden Lene Graham. Antonio Michael Green Jr. Caleb Green. Sean Michael Hall. Lance Hampton. Alexis E. Harris.
India Harris. Jordan Harris. Madison Harrison. Taylor Hawkins. Nia Lauren Maria Houston. Adriana Hill. Chana Hill. Isaiah Hill. Hinkle. Kyla Latrice Howard. Amaya Hudson. Victoria Hughley. Kiana Monet Hunt. DeAndre Jackson. Kayla Jackson. Lanaya Jackson. Muhammad Jameh. Brianna Monet Jenkins. Sierra Jimenez. Rosemary Job. Ashley Johnson. Diogene Johnson. Donovan Johnson. Jacoby Amara Johnson. Jasanti Kara Johnson. Kendall Rose Johnson. Alexia Jones. Jada Jones. Jordan Maurice Jones. Talaya Jones. Joshua Jordan. Michaela Jordan. Naya Sky Jordan. Dalia Kareem. Micaiah Shanice Kelly. Lucas Kinney. Lourdes Knox. Mishak Kosiki Samidi. Jerron Lawrence. Normanique Lawrence. Avian Ajane Lee. Ashley Lewis. Sean John Lewis. Taylor Lewis. Amari Lipscomb. Kamaya Long. Isaiah Manning. Dimitri Marino. Mardalen Marizu. Nyla Masai. Corbin Massey. Sasha Mayberry. Alexandria McDougall. Jazriel Amir McIntosh. Justin Mumbafalu. Anaya Sarnay Miles. Kia Jeanette Mitchell. Montisa Mitchell. Ryan Mitchell. Keenan Moore. Robert Moore III. John Sidri Milano. Samia Mohammed Hunter. Jalen Muse.
Eliza Newman. Ekene in Okoro.
All right, before I have to say this, I got to tell my wife that I love her. It is our 19th wedding anniversary today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aaliyah Onawamelegi. You start me with the hardest one. Althea Onwemiele. Marvin Outley Jr. Jamie Caroline Parker. Rochelle Alexandria Paris. What up, bro? Alexander Pearson. Sasha Penson. Say one more time. I'm sorry. Connor Marcel Banner. Alicia Tiziana Perry. Essence Monet Peterson. Sheree Arian Kenise Phelps. India Sue Phillips. Amaya Renee Pillow. Micah Pickney. Lajanae Porter. Devin Powell. Josh Preston. Danielle Radford. Ajaya Rahman. Tyree Rayford. Lazaya Respris. Nia Reynolds. Say it again. Philip Richland. Kyla J. Rigby. Ariasha Dior Robertson. Kenneth Charles Rogers the third. Manna Rucker. Thank you. Amaris Saffold. Lydia Elise Scott. Samuel Shack Jr. Erica Short. Karina D. Shoulders. Mama Fatu Sila. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Mariah Simmons. Kennedy Micah Smiles. Derica Smith. Kaya Mackenzie Smith. Nigea Smith. Lee P. Smith. Talina Tynesha Smith. Tyler Smith. Anasia Staley. Oops. Jaya Stewart. Sorry, it's okay. Naya Stinson. India Brianna Stubbs. Okay. Oh, I see you. I see you. That's right. Lauren Talbert. Alanya Taylor. Alana Taylor. Drop the ball. I got you. Rihanna Renee Taylor. Kaja Ginger Thomas. Sydney Thomas.
AKA the only class of 21 graduate that's wearing a burgundy cap and gown. Point Alalinia.
All right. That was probably a stupid maneuver, but whatever. Nia. You said Nia? Nia Marie Trueheart. Naja Joy Tucker. I know, that's it. Anaya Williams. Satara Wade. Issa Waller. Taylor Walker. Natalie Warmack Streeter. Derek Warren Jr. Kevia Watson. Jemiah Weaver. Nia Weaver. Amber Jordan Webb. Isabella Webster. Sarah Elizabeth Wheat. Shannon Nicole Wheeler. Daniel Whitley. Donald Whitlock. Angel Wiggins. Amber Joy Williams. Andrea Williams. Christopher Alexander Williams. Alyssa Gail Williams. Michael Williams. Harvey Lewis Wilson III. Jaden Wilson. Theron Miles Woods. Trinice Woods. Oluwatomisin Yusuf. Yes, yes. I nailed it. Tell me. Blessing Zama.
Yeah, we're done. You can say it. Denaya Woolfolk.
Denaya Woolfolk.
As our last graduates take their seat, if we could have the ushers please clear the aisleway. Here is the moment we have all been waiting for. Graduation marshals, please come forward and prepare to escort our graduates out of the theater. After the graduates have exited, you may proceed outside to meet them in one of the pavilions at the north or west gate. We ask that all family members please remain in their seats until we have all exited the theater. We are about to bestow upon the highest honor of Detroit Public Schools Community District, the Award of Graduate. Graduates, please stand. On behalf of the Michigan Department of Education, DPSCD Board President, the Honorable Angelique Peterson Mayberry, and DPSCD Superintendent, Dr. Nikolai Vitti, I, Verenda Straughter, Principal, declare you graduates of Renaissance High School. You may now move your tassel from right to left. Welcome to the Alumni Association, Renaissance High School. Graduates in the seats, please stay there until the stage presence have left the theater.